We're live. I believe we're live. We're live. Let me make sure we can hear each other. Audio test. Audio test. I think we're good.
That camera is so up high.
Yeah, let me change that. Let me see if I can also change. Audio test. How about now? Sounding better or worse? Better or worse? Hopefully that is better. All right. I can hear you. Instagram can definitely hear us. I don't know about YouTube and Facebook though. Oh, now we got some lagging issues. So let's go back to internal microphone. All right, hopefully that'll work. Let me adjust that camera. You talk to the audience, Crystal.
Hi guys. I'm gonna try to scroll back on some of these here. How's everyone doing? You are live. I can hear ya. Yo gang. Hey Greg, saw you're in Omaha already. Awesome.
What is up, y'all?
What's up, good savages? We can hear you. Oh.
Uh-oh. All right. Wow, yeah.
Oh,
You getting like a boob or something? Nobody can hear us because of the Rigel. All right, we're gonna try and get him chilled out here. Let us start this conversation. Gonna be okay? We're working on getting Rigel fed. Bear with us. We got a baby that's hungry. He's getting a boob. She's just gonna walk around a little bit. All right, so let's start this discussion. Hey, can you like walk him outside? He's a feisty little buckaroo. All right, so let's start the conversation with a topic on sugars and oils. All right. I was actually on. I don't really jump on Clubhouse. I think I've been on Clubhouse like 4 times my entire life. I'm gonna try and work on that. But I jumped into a room yesterday because I got a notification that there was one that was live, and Amy Berger was speaking. She's been in the space for a long time. I think I met her originally, I don't know, on a low carb cruise back in like 2017, 16 maybe. I'm not sure, a while back. But she was talking about how her and Dr. Westman just published a book not too long ago, and how they've tried to take a very non-dogmatic approach to this villainization that's been put towards oils, seed oils particularly, and sweeteners. All right. And basically what she was saying is that, look, you know, if you want to, you know, remove all of those from your diet, then more power to you. By all means, go for it. But don't feel like that is the reason you're not seeing success on a ketogenic diet, if that is your vice, so to speak, which I wholeheartedly agree with. When Crystal and I first started the diet, he's just a fuss bucket right now. When Crystal and I first started the ketogenic diet, we were eating all kinds of artificial sweeteners. We have recipes on our YouTube channel, if you scroll way back, where we were making brownies and cheesecakes with like a whole bag of Splenda, all right? Now, if I was to make that same video today with the current landscape being as it is, and everybody being, you know, hell-bent against artificial sweeteners and seed oils, then they would have just crucified us. But we still saw success with the diet, despite our intake of sucralose and Splenda, which is sucralose. Now, that is not me condoning the use of it, but it's just me saying you don't need to be so fearful of all these little minute things that you don't do the diet at all. You don't want to avoid the benefits of the ketogenic diet simply because somebody says you can't have Splenda in your coffee, you know? So don't let that sway you away. Now, that said, I'm all for optimizing as opposed to just seeing what I'm able to get away with, which is why Crystal and I have opted to remove all the artificial sweeteners whenever possible. If it's sometimes convenient to have something with artificial sweetener, we'll have it and not think twice about it, but it's not like it's a staple in our diet. When it comes to industrialized seed oils, we certainly try to avoid those as well. We don't really hardly ever consume them actually. But occasionally we'll have, some cured salami or something like that, and it's got some of those things in there. It doesn't kill us. It doesn't knock us out of ketosis. It doesn't make us metabolically inflexible. So I'm all for optimizing and removing all these things that are processed, but not at the sake of fear mongering to the point of people being afraid of just doing the ketogenic diet because they feel it is so incredibly limiting in the first place. So there's my 2 cents on that. You missed most of that. You didn't add?
You probably said exactly what I was going to say.
All right. I probably said exactly what she was going to say. And there is a pretty substantial body of evidence that suggests that, a bunch of industrialized seed oils that are heavily processed are probably not going to be the most micronutrient dense, substance for your body to fuel on. I mean, if you stop and think about it, when you look at most of these heavily processed seed oils, they go through, like, y'all should just YouTube how to make canola oil, and look at the steps involved. That doesn't really look like something I want to be putting in my body. I mean, they literally have to deodorize it so that you can get it past your nose to consume it, because it's simply rancid fats and oils. I don't know about y'all, but I would not want to put rancid fats in my body as a primary fuel source. So I avoid them. I think it's just common sense. All right, now let's dive into some of these questions. All right, Instagrammer Rammer here. I missed a bunch of it. What's up, y'all? What's up? I can hear you. Hey, Rigel. Good. Look at that red hair. Love it from one ginger to the next. I'm in Omaha, stoked for tomorrow. Hey, Greg, we may actually enlist your help with some booth setup stuff. So hopefully you don't mind giving us an extra set of hands. I remember that hungry baby sound. Yeah, I apologize. I mean, I can't exactly.
Maybe he's just tired and hungry and can't figure himself out.
Yeah, hopefully it's not so loud that y'all can't hear us. Or maybe you're here for the baby sounds. I love that there's a little savage now. Yeah, we do too. You would be massacred. Yeah, 100% would. Keto Coach Lauren, what's up? Hadn't seen you in ages and eons. I love that there's a little savage now. Input on Quest Nutrition cookies and bars. Okay, I haven't looked at the label on a Quest Nutrition cookie and bar in quite some time, but the last time I looked at one, I remember seeing that the total carb count exceeded that of the fat, and I think also even the protein content maybe, or maybe the total carb count and the protein content were pretty much neck and neck. So Quest bars, I mean, Quest has done an amazing thing. They've built an amazing company. They've helped a lot of people. They're healthy. They're tasty. Like, a lot of people like them. But I definitely do not eat Quest bars. I used to eat Quest bars. When I first started the keto diet, we would have like 1 or 2 Quest bars a day. A lot of people do that. But I think one Quest bar's got like 23, 24, 26 grams of total carbohydrates, most of which is coming from a bunch of filler fibers like tapioca fiber, chicory root fiber. I don't really know what all is in them, but nothing that's contributing to my overall performance benefit. So I certainly don't consume them now. To me, I'm probably biased, obviously, but the keto brick is a much better bang for my proverbial buck from a caloric standpoint and also from a nutrient density standpoint. Miss you too, Lauren. I love what you do. Well, thank you. Kit Kat too. Yeah, pronounced it right. Is that
I can't see it from here.
Quest chips are the best though. Yeah, Quest chips are pretty good. I don't remember what's in those either.
I don't think I've ever had any because I don't like the ingredients.
Yeah.
The ingredients are bad enough to where I won't even buy them.
Yeah, I haven't had Quest chips in a long time. But again, I remember having them a lot when I first started the diet and was using those as a stepping stone. Someone at the gym was trying to sell me at eliminating meat and becoming plant-based. I'm doing pescatarian keto right now. All right, so.
Stick with pescatarian if you feel good with it.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that are vegan. I know a lot of people that are vegetarian. I've had several on my podcast. I've had an open mind and listened to their arguments. And if it's working for them and they're much healthier than they were previously, then who am I to say they're doing something wrong? But there is a pretty substantial degree of scientific literature that shows that amino acids in animal-based foods are simply more bioavailable to our bodies as humans than those from plants. So if you're doing it from I mean, we can get in the weeds right here because I would argue against veganism, even if you are doing it for an ethical reason, because there's a lot of skewed information in that department as well. But strictly from a biology standpoint, from what is bioavailable, you're going to have more luck with animal-based foods. I eat red meat twice a week for the creatine. Yeah, a lot more creatine in the meat that you consume than you're going to get in the plants, for sure. That said, it's not really going to be possible to reach supraphysiological levels of creatine saturation if you're just eating red meat a couple times a week. You probably wouldn't even be able to reach creatine saturation if you're eating meat every single day, which is why supplementing with creatine is worthwhile. All right, let me switch over here to YouTube and Facebook. Shelly says, sounds good. Sound is good. Hazelnut oil is yummy and is high in omega-9s and good fats. My wife is Turkish. I picked it up there. Have we ever had hazelnut oil? I don't know if I've ever had hazelnut oil before. Here we go. Listening at the gym. Awesome. Don't skimp on your workout, though. You got to get those reps in. Hi, guys. What's up, Natalie? How are you? However, I've been hearing that seafood has a lot of plastics in it. Yes. Seafood can certainly have a lot of plastics in it, which is why it's good to make sure you're getting quality sources. But realistically, I mean, there's plastics in all kinds of things. There's plastics in the type of shampoos, conditioners, and body lotions you use. And yes, you should absolutely work to avoid all those when possible. But again, don't feel like you have to be, living in a bubble and fearful to walk out your front door for all the things that are going to come and get you, because then you're just not living life, and life's too short to live life. Did you ever consider developing other products like your brick bar? Other products like our brick bar? No. I mean, I view the keto brick as kind of like, it's not really it is a bar. I don't want to get into semantics here, but it's not like if the keto brick was to be placed in a bunch of the main big box retail stores, it would likely fit into a SKU all its own, because it's not like a snack bar in the sense that most snack bars are between 150 and 230 calories. The keto brick is more than 4 times that. So it's more of like a meal than it is a snack. So I wouldn't want to see it sitting next to a Twix bar or a Kind bar or what's that one that everybody Quest bar, but what's that Cliff bar? I wouldn't want it to be sitting next to those, because those are not really the type of product that I'm trying to be. Would you consider your brick a meal replacement? Yes, definitely would. However, I don't ever recommend the brick as like the exclusive source of nutrition. Like, I personally eat the brick with a meat product. I've never suggested that people exclusively eat the bricks. That'd probably be good for the business, but that's never been my suggestion, because it's not optimal. You need to have quality animal-based, whole single ingredient nutrient-dense foods. The brick is a good addition to that, but it shouldn't be replacing that in its entirety. Creatine upsets my stomach. He's laughing?
Yeah.
Creatine upsets my stomach. How low of a dose is still effective? I would try and experiment with different types of creatine, because creatine monohydrate is all you need, but there are certain types of creatine monohydrate that come from cheaper suppliers that don't do a very good job cleaning their equipment in between batching different supplements. And there's a lot of contaminants in some of these cheaper sources. So I would probably try experimenting with a little higher quality creatine first. I've been using one from First Form, a little bit more expensive, but it's just a simple creatine monohydrate. I think it's like $30 a jug or something like that, but it absorbs into my water completely. I don't taste it. It doesn't affect my digestion at all. I would give that a shot. All right, what else? In a prep, how would your brick fit in, if at all, Robert? All right, so I developed the brick for my prep. In my 2017 competition prep, I developed a brick and I ate 1 whole brick every single day. I also ate 1 whole brick every single day of my prep in 2020, and I've looked better than I've ever looked in doing so. So I'm definitely a 1 brick a day kind of guy. Alistair says, what's up, Alistair? Hello from Lima. What's Lima? Where's that? Where's Lima, Alistair? So excited for you guys, crushing life. Haven't talked to you in ages, man. How you doing? How you been? How's life treating you, brother? All right, what other questions we got, y'all? Anything else popping up? Do you still sell, or do you sell mini bricks? No, we do not sell mini bricks. We've had a bunch of recommendations or requests to sell mini bricks, but we don't, for the reason I just gave earlier about me not wanting to compete with the other bars because we're in a class all of our own. But then secondly, it would actually be more expensive to produce a smaller brick for what you're getting than what we're able to do with the actual brick. So the consumers, aka y'all, save more money by not having smaller bricks, and I want to do what's right by y'all. So we don't make smaller bricks. Hi from Tennessee. What is up, Joy 80 from Tennessee? We still got some time, y'all. Keep on bringing the noise. I appreciate you, sir. We will do it. Yeah, I use bulk supplements, creatine. I will try first form. Yeah, try first form for sure and see what you think. I've done bulk supplements before as well, and if I remember correctly, it's got a more of a granular texture to it, like it doesn't absorb fully. And if it doesn't absorb into my water fully, I'm much more prone to having GI distress from it. But with the first form brand creatine, I've never had any issues whatsoever. Melt the bricks down. Yeah, a lot of people melt the bricks down. A lot of people will, and it's 1,000 calories, so depending on what your macros are, a lot of people will melt them down, put them into 10 ice cube trays or silicone molds and have 10 100-calorie portions. Any issues with high ferritin on carnivore? High ferritin on carnivore. I have super high ferritin because of the meat. I haven't gotten a ferritin blood test done in a long time. You?
Never had it.
She's never had a blood test done for ferritin. I have heard of a few people having higher ferritin, but not
I think
enough.
everything is just so individualized.
Yeah.
You'd have to, test it for yourself.
And change it, like make one change, or be very precise and strategic in any variables you manipulate, so you're not changing too many things at once. And a lot of people, like if they have high levels of certain things, they'll simply donate blood too, and that kind of helps keep things in check. I think a lot of people do it with what? Is it iron that people do that with? Maybe iron. No?
Can't remember.
One of the others. Trevor White in the building. What's up, Trevor? Hadn't talked to you in ages either, man. How you been?
No, everyone from like forever ago is
Everybody
messaging
from
us
forever ago.
or saying hi.
Speaking of you, Trevor White, I almost posted a picture of you the other day because I haven't yet, but it was a picture of you leaning up against the Camaro with the brick in hand and your shirt off after that prep that we did, and you were just shredded. And I realized I never posted any of those pictures, so I may post a throwback picture of you looking jacked with a cool classic muscle car. Just started monitoring my blood glucose levels. Any advice? You don't have to monitor blood glucose levels, but I kind of like it, just kind of see how things are impacting it. What I notice is that when I'm in a surplus, my glucose level is a little bit higher than they are when I'm in a deficit. If I'm eating really high protein, they're in a higher baseline level than they are if I'm eating higher fat. Obviously, if you're eating higher carbs, they're going to be higher, but I like to see my blood glucose around 70 or 80, which is pretty typical for me. Immediately after a workout, they bump up. Immediately upon waking, they bump up. So kind of keep those trends in mind, and don't worry yourself sick if you have a random higher number. What else we got? I feel like I'm always closer than you, so I'm always in focus and you're always out of focus. I got a haircut today, What do you think? Rico Suave over here. Do I have like a brown spot on my head back there, like a birthmark or something? What is that, a freckle? A mole?
No.
Birthmark?
Oh.
It's a mole. It's pretty big though, right?
Yeah.
Is it pretty big? How big are you talking about? That big? That big? Nobody?
I don't know. I have to.
Where the aliens went in and like pumped me full of
Turn your head again.
extra brain juice.
Yeah.
Quarter?
Maybe like the size of this.
Okay. The nail head. Maybe this is where nails just went in. All right. Any other questions, y'all? Any other questions? We got a meeting in a little bit, so if we don't have any questions, where's that little button?
I think it's to add people.
You can add people. I started monitoring my blood glucose for my migraines. That's interesting. Do you notice having more migraines when your blood glucose is higher, more when they're lower? You can also play around with the CGM. The blood glucose, like a single point acute test with a glucometer, is insightful, but a CGM I think is much more insightful because then you're actually seeing trends real time around your meal time, your training time, your stress levels. You You just sneeze on me, bro?
Yeah, I did.
You just
All
sneeze
over your
all over me,
arm.
bro. Like a cute or something? All right, we got any other questions I'm missing over here, babe?
Oh, I'm back. Front and center over here. What do you think about isometric exercise? Do you add them to your lifts?
Yes, I do add isometric movements to my lifts, especially with stuff that I'm really trying to focus on, like my hamstrings. So I'll do some heavy compound hamstring work, like I'll do like sumo deadlifts or lunges or something like that, hip thrusters, and then that's more glutes, but still. And then I'll do like some isolated single leg, which is isolated hamstring curl or something like that.
We do, though. Like even with like chest, we'll do isolated like dumbbell movements and things like that.
Yeah.
I find that they're helpful. I find that they're really helpful, actually. I can't see, Dad.
It's funny, I always wear a hat. He looks just like me.
Looks just like me, as you can't see him.
Yeah. All right, we got any other questions? We have a bunch of questions that we wrote down for next week.
Yeah.
What's the next one? You have a list?
You guys want to vote?
All right, vote for it.
All right, so we've got menopause, cannabis,
Cannabis bars.
bars,
talking about
but
cannabis in
cannabis,
general.
yeah. Raw dairy, gut health, or like alternatives other than heavy cream for like coffee. Like what can you put in your coffee?
And I don't know a darn thing about cannabis, so that may be a pretty
I
short
don't either.
conversation.
I really want to buy raw dairy before, like from local place, before we do that one.
All right,
And
so
like we both don't know anything about cannabis because we don't.
it has nothing to do with my migraines. I thought it did, but it was just a typical causation. Menopause.
We got to vote for menopause over here.
Having issues with appetite since having COVID. Don't feel like I'm eating enough, but prioritizing protein and fat. Should I be concerned for metabolism? I'm 5'3", I'm 53, female, and barely getting 1,200 calories. 1,200 calories is pretty freaking low. You don't probably have much of an appetite because I don't know if you've lost your sense of taste and smell, but if you don't have much of a taste and smell, that's definitely going to impact your appetite for the negative. If it's an acute, very short period of time in which you're eating that little, I wouldn't worry about it having a drastic effect on your metabolism. But if weeks and weeks go by and you're eating that, then that could certainly depress your metabolic rate. So hopefully by then you'll have regained your sense of taste and smell and your appetite will return.
And a lot of times when our body is recovering from something, I don't know if you guys notice this, but a lot of times you feel like fasting or you're just not hungry. And I think that that's our body's way of telling us that it's trying to do its own thing. It's trying to clear out some stuff that's going on and it doesn't need the distraction of food to digest. So I would say it's okay, or even maybe just focus on like doing like a fast and then eating larger meals and trying to get a little bit more food in.
I did a 3.5 day fast when I had COVID.
That's true. I didn't fast at all. Well, I was breastfeeding, so I couldn't, but I didn't fast at all, but I did end up eating like slightly less than I normally do. So I definitely think it's our body's way of telling us like, hey, I'm just trying to process some things. Give me a break,
Has anybody not had COVID yet? I feel like everybody's had COVID at this point. We had our first bout of COVID like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure everyone's had it.
Thoughts on DEXA scans? We did a video on DEXA scans.
I think the title of the video was "We're Losing Muscle" or something like that.
We're losing a lot of muscle.
But I would definitely watch that one.
Been a month so far. Sense and smell good. Prioritize resistance training and feeling great, but worried. Yeah, a month is a little bit long.
A pretty long while. Yeah, I would try and maybe just drink your calories for a bit. Like try and get, because here's what's going to happen. If your sense of taste and smell has returned and you've been eating that little for that long, your metabolic rate will depress, and that has like kind of counterintuitive, but you actually become less hungry. So you almost have to force feed, and you may feel like you're force feeding for a bit, but then all of a sudden you'll notice that your hunger ramps up and intensifies, which is also kind of counterproductive. But you eat more and your hunger increases because your metabolic rate increases. So I would try to do that for sure. Yeah,
like try to do like protein shake or yogurt or something like that. That's super easy to get in. We've had 3 votes for menopause, 1 vote for cannabis.
Yes. So far, menopause is when you just burp.
I have had COVID 3 times, and I've been vaccinated and boosted.
3 times. Wow.
That's crazy.
Join the trials. Yeah, that's crazy. Having it 3 times. I don't know anybody's had it 3 times. I don't think. Actually, our financial advisors had it 4 times. So he says. It's like a challenge at this point. Who can get it the most?
Yeah.
Hey friends, what's up, Brad? That little dude is handsome fella. Yeah, he is definitely a good-looking booger.
Yeah, he looks.
When are we gonna get some scree camo that is infant size? We need some scree camo that's in onesies. Can we get some of that, Brand? They making that yet? Gut health. Hi y'all. What's up, Brandon Knights? I promise I'm killing my workout. First form creatine is awesome. Okay, bye. Get that workout in. I've had COVID 2 times and got it the second time after being vaccinated. Yeah, everybody's gotten it, it seems. I literally don't know anybody that has not gotten it. I guess Granny and Pop haven't gotten it that they know of.
Yeah.
They pretty much
When
lived
you're
in
in a
their
bubble,
house the whole life.
Yeah.
The whole 2 years.
Yeah, it's like even Chip, like our media guy, he hasn't gotten it yet. Well, as far as we know. But he oftentimes doesn't go out a whole lot, just trying to. Some people are like trying to avoid people, and then other people are just like tend to stay home,
Yeah.
So I think everyone else, though, I feel like has had it. I could not believe we made it 2.5 years without getting it.
Yeah.
We did pretty good. And when we had it, we didn't have it bad at all.
Annabelle, do you have a P.O. box? We do have a P.O. box. DM us and we continue the P.O. box. Texas outfits. You don't have to send us anything, but if you do send us some Texas outfits, I'm sure he will wear it. What size is he wearing now? 3 to 6 months?
He's 3 to 6 months, but he's starting to outgrow them, which is wild to me.
Yeah.
He'll be 3 months tomorrow.
Never got the C or been vaxxed. Never got COVID, huh? Joy 80 has not gotten COVID.
Yeah, we said the same thing, and then like the next month later we got it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Everybody else is getting it. Chris went, no, we hadn't gotten it. Sucks to be y'all, but then we finally got it. But honestly, like, we didn't even feel like we had anything. I mean,
I know we know that a lot of people have had it really rough, especially with like the first round of it.
Yeah,
we just got really lucky.
We did not get the first several variants. We got the
most recent variant, and just it was super light.
Yes, it sounds like we're going to be talking about menopause next week. We're going off the votes.
All right, I'm going to try to go through that real quick, so I'll have. I'm just kidding.
Don't go through that. All right, Rigel
is drooling everywhere.
Is drooling all over my podcast.
This is the way that Robert holds our child over his shoulder.
He likes it. He likes it. Would you rather do it a different way?
No, he does. No.
All right, there. Is that better, y'all?
Should we talk about what we're gonna do with like the Instagram and stuff?
What are we gonna do?
I guess it's probably time. Yeah, we probably will. Yeah.
With like Live Savage?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So let's talk about that real quick. So we've got Lady Savage for all things Lady Savage. We got
Lady Savage. Again, like go ahead. Keto Savage.
We've got Keto Savage for all things Keto Savage. We have Live Savage, which was
Live Savage,
which was my backup account. When I lost Keto Savage, I jumped over to Live Savage, and then I got Keto Savage back. So we're going to make the Live Savage account our lifestyle brand account.
Yeah, like our family account.
Yeah, and I've said that in the past. We haven't really posted anything, but going forward, we're going to revamp that. So it's going to be all things Live Savage, so homesteading, parenting, Rigel, how to properly change a diaper, all that good stuff. Maybe not that. But if you want more family-oriented stuff, lifestyle-oriented stuff, definitely check out Live Savage.
Yeah, on Lady Savage, it's really going to be just a lot more of like nutrition and fitness stuff. And then like everything else is going to be going on to Live Savage. So if you guys want to see the Live Savage stuff, the homesteading type of stuff, all of that, go to Live Savage. Anything about us or mindset or whatever, that's all going to be on Live Savage. Our Team Savage Facebook page is also going to be turned into the Live Savage Facebook page. And the YouTube is already Live Savage. So we're switching everything over. It's taking me a little bit of time to get everything switched over, but we're doing it. It's going to be a slow transition, but get ready.
Get ready. All right, y'all, that's a wrap. We're out of here. Love you bunches. Take care, toodaloo. Ta-ta for now. Hope to see y'all at Keto Summit Omaha, which is now Hard to Kill Summit, will be there tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Mm-mm.